All praise, glory, and honor be unto Yahweh Bashin Habashai. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, the true elders and leaders of the nation of Israel that is on earth today, whether you receive that or not. Honors to the elders of GMS, and salutations to the Akim on the four corners of the earth that are pushing this truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Coming back at you with another lesson, but I need to grab that coffee right there. Salaki. But yeah, Akim, lesson that I've actually prepared. I wrote down a bunch of notes from a bunch of different videos over about a week's time of watching videos. And as I was watching these videos, I was just writing down notes. And I'm going to read the things that I wrote down, and then I'm going to put them to scripture because it's too much for there's no way I can remember this, so I wrote it down. So I'm just going to bear with me while I do this. All right. Okay. So this is, it starts off, it says, social media is used to watch you invade your privacy. Citizens under surveillance for the gathering of info that can be used to profit and control. All right. And then I referenced the movie Jason Bourne. I went and saw that movie, the Jason Bourne movie. And in that movie, a social media mogul created an online system called Deep Dream. All right. It boasted internet service social media without surveillance, meaning that they couldn't watch you, because, everything you do, social media can be tracked. Like that Pokemon mess, the Facebook and all this stuff, you can be tracked and information can be gathered on you. What's the other one? Twitter or Instagram. All this stuff can be used to track people. Okay, and as a matter of fact, the brother from Men of Valor did a video on those two girls. Man, those two pretty girls. They were pretty. They were like Instagram celebrities, whatever, had big followings. And both those chicks got, raped and killed, man. So someone probably followed them and tracked them on that, on using that social media, man. Besides, you know what? That social media is vanity, man. It's pride, sitting there making all little twisting their lips up, poking their butt out, picking all those selfies of themselves, and then putting it out there like that. That's a lot of, the Lord doesn't like pride, man. So a lot more people will probably start dying as a result of that. Okay. However, it says the creator of this, he was an Elamite, by the way, gets weary when a CIA system gets hacked, proving he was working with them. So a CIA system got hacked and it connected his social media that's not supposed to be tracked to them. Okay. So, he decides he wants to pull out. Okay. Because they gave him capital for his startup. All right. So long story short, they brought in an assassin to take this Elamite out, wearing some latex gloves with the fingerprints of a dead Iraqi soldier on it. A pretty simple setup for law enforcement, especially when they have access to all the stuff to do this. All right, so so this is a very realistic scenario that they're using, and which they can use, what they have used, I'm sure. Okay. But this Iraqi soldier was dead, so that way they would be able to claim it was terrorism, all right, which is the buzzword, okay? Like, for example, the brother in GMS Holland North, you had some Edomites just bear false witness against the brother and just straight out lie and say that he said Allah Akbar and that he had a bomb on him, all right? Now, there are literally thousands of GMS videos, all right? And anyone who watches the Israelites will know that the Israelites are 200% against Islam and terrorism. So, it's just a pathetic attempt because this truth is hurting them so bad that they just go into, just as the media gets sloppy, these people are just so aggravated, they just up and lie. But that's how people just say stupid things and don't do research, man. All right? Because we are 200% against Allah. Allah is a false god. Just as Christianity and Catholicism, all that stuff. If you do not follow what's written in the Bible, which is only for the Israelites, which is our message, and nothing more. All right. If you're not coming, thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible, Isaiah 8:20, man. Hey, the middle finger to you. Okay. But they want to, so anyway, going back to that scenario in the movie, they wanted to, the goal was to use this dead man's fingerprints while the guy's wearing latex gloves and leave the weapon behind, so that they would try and track this and blame this on the terrorist act, and then find out that the terrorist was dead already. All right, I mean that the terrorist was dead already. So that's Esau for you, man, the devil. So let me get a scripture, man. This is Micah 2:1. Okay, it says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds, which in the morning is light. They practice it because it is in the power of their hand." So it's in their power of their hand to do this wickedness, man. All right, and so they do it. Why? To sway and control the people. Okay, and in these movies, art imitates life, man. So let's bring up a couple of people. Saddam Hussein, Gaddafi, and many more were framed and murdered, okay, to push U.S. policy and agendas. All right, let me get Exodus 20:16. This is Exodus 20:16. "Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor." All right, referring back to the incident that took place with the brother from GMS Harlem North, man. Which, by the way, brother, through the Spirit, brother, take them dark glasses off, man. My glasses, they turn. I already paid for them, So these don't, I just can't afford to go get more glasses, but mine turn in the sunlight. All right, but and you still can see my eyes, but that whole dark shade look, brother, that's looking like and this, I'm saying this with love, brother. That's looking like ISUBK or something, man, wearing the motorcycle glasses and that whole sort of thing, brother. So, you might want to take it easy on that. All right, I'm not chastising you, brother. I'm just saying. All right. And then I watched another video where this woman, Naomi Wolf, you got to understand, this woman, Naomi Wolf, basically, that she falls right into that Psalm 64:8 category, because what she did was she's an insider, man. This chick was well, let me just read it. She's a libertarian. She's also, what do you want to, feminist, but she was a political advisor to Clinton and both Clinton and Al Gore. So this woman is an insider. Okay, and she was caught on record, on video. And Naomi Wolf, you could just go on YouTube and put in Naomi Wolf reveals false flag news or fake news, and I'm sure the videos will pop up. All right, but she said the government is creating fake news to promote agenda. Question everything. The video, I think it was News Channel 428. So that's another clue. You could just Google that. Or look that up on YouTube, News Channel 428, and it was doing a question and answers speech. All right, Free State Project Liberty Forum in 2014. Naomi was a Bush and Gore political advisor. State Department intelligence engaged. She said the State Department intelligence engaged in theater. They create spectacles and events that appear to be news. So theatrical news, man, like the Boston bombing, which is what started the whole conversation. Someone asked her something about the Boston bombing, and she just started letting it all out, man. So any brother who haven't seen that, man, need to see that. And Esau is just telling on himself. All right. It says the NDAA allowed propaganda to be lawful against U.S. citizens. Spycraft, she called it. Now the U.S. can so-called legally go into a country when they do this sort of thing, or into someone's private property. Okay, let's get a scripture. Get Sirach 10:8, man. To the book of Sirach, because thinking back to Gaddafi in Libya, and and what happened to Saddam Hussein and in Iraq, they were able to go in those countries. And the reason that they went in there to destroy those men is because they were coming against the American dollar by trying to create a new gold-backed currency. And you have to understand that America is a debt-based currency that charges interest. So they charge you interest to use something that's already debt-based. All right, it's a debt note, and the government, the banks charge the government for using their money, and then the money turns around and taxes you for that. And people haven't figured that out yet. Many Americans have. That's one of the reasons why they want to get rid of this system and bring in the digital system and bring in that chip to chip everybody. All right, because the nations of the world are waking up to that. But the majority, I would say probably about half of America still sleep to that fact. More than half. And Americans really, really are stupid. You know, the nations of the world poke fun at Americans, but it's true, man. Americans are really, really stupid. All you gotta do is just watch any video and see the things that they blurt out their mouths on the line, including when it comes to the Bible, because it's clear that they've done no research and read anything. All right? They just come out and blurt out madness, man. But this is Sirach 10:8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. All right, this is how America gets control over countries, man. Gets control over their resources, gets control over their people, and get them indebted to them by using their debt-based currency, man. And the nation of the world are tired of it, man. That's another reason we just learned why it's getting so hot in the South China Sea, man, is that island that they're fighting over has gold on it, man. Now, you know why? One of the reasons why China's got so much gold, they have an island where they're getting gold from, man. It's gold mines on that island, and Japan's trying to get it, Vietnam is trying to get in on it, and America's trying to, hey, it's about to get hot, man. Because they didn't build up all those islands down there in the South China Sea and those military bases for nothing, man. All right? So Ammon and Moab is about, start lighting each other up, and they're both allies to the opposite side. So whether it starts in Ukraine, Donetsk, Crimea, all right, or it starts in the South China Sea, man, this thing is getting ready to kick off around the world and here in America, man. They're gearing up to do things, okay? All right, so back to Naomi. She states that we have now entered an era that it is now crazy. Your said it's crazy to question news stories. Wait a minute, Salakia. What did I write? That it is now crazy to question news stories worldwide when it is crazy not to. Because they will say you're crazy, but the truth of the matter, she said it's crazy not to question things that you see on news, man. And be wary of anything that looks too theatrical. Like I always say, they'll freeze frame a picture, play a soundtrack, and then sell you a story. And then the evidence and the dialogue doesn't match, what's being said. You got a problem here, man. But anyway, this is also another way that Esau, goes in and takes things that doesn't belong to him, both abroad and at home. Got another scripture for you. This is, go back to Micah. Micah 2:2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man his house, even a man and his heritage, man. And that's one of the reasons why these nations are fighting against Esau so hard throughout the Middle East and North Africa, because they don't want that democracy over there, man. They don't want their women walking around like Kim Kardashian and Amber Rose, man. Like these Hollywood Edomite starlets, man, like Elizabeth Taylor, who just has more husbands she can count on one hand, because according to the Bible, man, sex is marriage, man. So she had 7 husbands that she married according to Esau's laws, but there was probably another 30 to 40 that she was married to that she, what I'm talking about, because the way Edomites push their way of thinking, man. If you haven't put a ring on it, like Beyonce says, then it's not yours. That's a damn lie. Any man that you have sex with, that man is your husband at that moment. And if and that makes him become or should I say, Salaki, let me rephrase that. That makes that man an adulterer. because the first man that you ever sleep with, unless he dies, or he is your husband for life. So all those other 100 plus men that you sleep with throughout your life, throughout your slut career, like Amber Rose, you'll just made that man and yourself an adulteress, man. As simple as that. That's why the Lord has to come back and clean this place up, man. Because there'll be no flesh left to save if this Edomite stays in power. Okay? It says, let me go back to my notes. It says, meanwhile, Esau is showing you that he can murder Jake's on video and then demonize the victims so that Americans, mainly Esau, sympathize with the murderer and not with the victim. And you know what? I just saw how they were bringing up that 16-year-old Jake who got shot in Chicago. That officer's name was Van Dyke, I believe. They're trying to take the light off him by bringing up the young man's criminal past, his juvenile delinquency. I don't care if he's a juvenile delinquent. You shot an unarmed teenager 16 freaking times, man, in the middle of the damn street who was unarmed. All right, who wasn't resisting nothing. He's just walking in the middle of the street. So whatever he did, it doesn't matter what he did. He deserved to get the so-called bullshit justice system. He deserved to be arrested and brought to court and all that other mess, man. But this man got out and just was his judge, jury, and execution right there on film for everyone to see. And then what's amazing is how these Edomites came to his aid, sending money for what do you call it, fund me and all this other shit. But you know, America has changed, right? You people are so full of shit, and you deserve all the punishment that's coming to you, man. All right, let me get another scripture. This is Psalms 73. And 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Verse 9. They set their mouths against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth. So, right. So they set their okay, for example, 1983 was the year of the Bible. Proclamation 5018. Year of the Bible, according to Ronald Reagan. But yet, America does everything opposite of the Bible. Look at the LGBT, gay and lesbian and all. Now they're trying to make pedophilia legal as well. So are you going to let all the pedophiles out of prison that you locked up? All right. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. All right. And you Americans are distracted, man. Meanwhile, martial law is being set up and World War III is about to happen. All right. It could possibly happen in weeks. All right. Russia's talking about preemptive strikes on NATO forces on their borders. I was watching that Israeli Live News, INL. Germany also declared Russia an enemy about a week ago. The German Economic News, it said Russia is a threat and hostile to the German state. Turkey is publicly saying America is behind an attempted government coup, man. So that coup over in Turkey, America has now lost Turkey as an ally, and NATO has also lost Turkey, and Turkey is talking about joining on to Russia now. Matter of fact, they have. Okay? Japan and China about to collide in the South China Sea. Wars and rumors of wars, man. All right? Worldwide, you know, social unrest and riots. Putin said the U.S. media is fueling nuclear war, and Russia will not allow missiles near their borders, man. Let me get 2nd Ezra 6, 1 through 7. Um, 16, Salakia, not 6, 16. All right, this is 2nd Ezra 16, starting at verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths and sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? Fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench fire in stubble? when it have begun to burn, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of an archer. So the fires are already burning, man, and the arrows are about to launch. And once those arrows, referring to ICBMs, start firing off up into the heavens and going back and forth between the countries, man, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And if you are not an Israelite among the elect, especially here in America, because that America is the only place, according to the Bible, that's going to get utterly wiped off the face of the earth, man. And justifiably so, with all the blood that's been spilled here by these Edomites, you know. And they can, well, what are you going to do? Hey, look, I'm not going to worry about it, man. You know, Yahweh willing, I get raised up out of here, man. Okay? Or if not, he give me the, you know, I pray for him to give me the spirit to just face it, man. Or let me go out taking out an army of you damn Edomites, man. If I must go, let me go out like Samson, man. All right? Let me go to Joel now. Which that's another talk point. I'm going to do a sit down on. This is Joel. The 3rd chapter. The 9th. 9 through 10. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say that I am strong. So these smaller nations now are ready to fight the so-called white man, man. Even other Edomite nations are ready to because people are tired of the oppression and the lies, and the whole world now via the internet can see the wickedness of the so-called white man. I mean, even down in South Africa, those Hamites, those dark-fleshed Hamites are threatening to utterly annihilate and take back all the land that's owned down there by Edom, man. So you Edomites are hated wherever you are on the earth, man. And this is the end of your reign. All right? And with that, I hope the brothers was edified. And I'd like to say all praises, glory, and honor be unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and Shalom, Akyam.